There's this young couple planning to get married, and they want to find a church to go to before they get married, so they visit a lot of different churches, and they find this one little church, country place, very conservative, but they really like it, and they go talk to the minister. And the minister says, well, we'd be happy to accept you into our congregation, but we're a church that believes in sacrifice. And since you guys would be just getting married and you'd be newlyweds, we think the appropriate thing for you to sacrifice as newlyweds would be your romantic life together. He says, I think you would abstain for the first month of your marriage. Well, the couple thinks about it, and they have some hesitation, but they really want to join this little church, so they accept the rules about the abstinence, and they join the church. Well, the minister comes by to check on them the first Saturday, and they're doing fine. No real problem. A little stressed, but not really bad. The next week he goes by, and by now they're starting to show some signs of stress. They're obviously trying to stay away from each other and stay busy. The husband's out cutting the grass. The wife, she's inside washing the dishes for the second time. Third week he comes by, checks on them. The husband is still cutting the grass, only now there's no grass left to cut. And he's doing nothing but going over and over the same spot. The wife, meanwhile, is inside, and she's polished the doorknobs down to the bare metal. Minister says, hang in there one more week. Well, he comes back that last week to check on them, and he finds the husband laying on the sofa, drinking a beer, watching a ball game. The wife's in the kitchen eating bonbons, listening to the radio, and he realizes they've not managed to keep their vow of abstinence for the first month of their marriage. And he sits them down and he talks to them and says, tell me, what happened? And the guy says, well, preacher, says, we were doing fine. And then the other night, Jenny bent over to pick up a can of peas, and I looked at her, and I just couldn't help myself. Preacher says, well, you know, son, you can't come back to our church anymore. Guy says, that's okay, preacher. We can't go back to Piggly Wiggly either. Buy my book. It's called Evil is Always Human, available at Amazon.com.